Mac's 20-inch garage. I'm Big Mac, and today I am not at my garage. As anyone who works on cars knows, when your friends find out and they have a project that needs to be done, they'll ask you to help out, and I'm okay with that because I like working on the cars and I like doing that stuff. So we're gonna help some friends out today with their Jeep. We're gonna be putting a new set of LED halo style lights in that are multicolored, so they can have their Jeep flashing colors and have them film when they're in parades and sitting at the Jeep meets. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. Thankfully, Jeeps are really easy to take the front end apart. On the Jeeps, there are only 6 of these little push pins that go across the front, and to get these out, take a little tool, pop this top part out. Sometimes they're a little stiff, but you can get them out. Once you get that part out, these just normally will kind of pull themselves out, or you can use a pair of these, or there is a plastic one you can use to also pull those out. What I like to do on these is I like to go, since it's painted, go behind the grill and kind of just give it a little bit of a push, and that comes right on out. Then you don't have to worry about scratching your paint. So we're going to set this to the side so we don't lose it. Well, even if I do, I've got extras. So it's always a good idea to have extra clips around when you're doing these things, because they have a tendency to break or get stuck. Alright, I'm going to get a different tool for that one. Alright, I found this really cool set on Amazon that has pretty much all the different ones you need to work on any of the plastic pieces in your car. Because whether it's interior or exterior, manufacturers use a lot more plastic nowadays. And you need to have these tools, you're not going to be able to get the clips out without breaking stuff. So, it's right up here. Again, even with this plastic one, you can kind of go up behind it, pull up on the grill a little bit, and it'll just pop right on out for you. Okay, so we've got all these 6 plastic clips out. Now we just got to undo the parking lights up here in the front. I'm going to I've already done that side. We're going to go ahead and do this side. Try to get down in there so I can show people.
Oh,
and get fancy. Alright, so up behind here, about where my hand is the plug. There's a little red clip that holds it, keeps you from being able to push it forward or push it up so you can take it out. You basically pull that clip back. This one may be busted already. Pull it back. Usually it's not too hard to do. Push down on this part right here, that little tab, and just kind of wiggle it and it'll come out. Or it won't. Come on. Of course, doesn't help I'm not a lefty and I'm trying to do it. There we go. Step on there pretty good. Okay. So once you get those unplugged, you get all these clips out. That's all that holds this grill in. There's just a couple of clips behind it. You just kind of pull it forward very slowly and carefully. Wash those clips down below. Kind of work your way around. And this grill pops right off. It's almost like Jeep thought, oh, people take these off-road, might make them easy to replace. We're just going to kind of pull it, and them clips just pop right on off. Like that. grill is out. Okay, so now we got the grill out, it's time to remove the headlight. Anybody that's worked on an old car knows how these work. It's actually kind of cool. It's got a ring that holds the headlight assembly actually in the headlight bucket. A lot of modern cars don't have this kind of setup. You have the bulbs that go into the back and you have to fight with and twist and turn. This is actually a really nice way to have your headlights set up for something like this, because if they break or something happens, typically you can just replace this whole thing, and it's not as expensive as having to replace like a modern headlight on a, let's say for example, a BMW X3 that your son wrecks. For some of those, if you can't find them secondhand, you could be paying upwards of $1,000 per headlight from BMW. So they can be pretty expensive when it's one solid unit. These are actually kind of nice because you can replace them fairly easy. Once you get those screws out, that just pops right out and you have access to your headlight bulb. And same thing as before, pull that red clip back, press down on the tab and just kind of wiggle a little bit and it will come loose. They're nice and tight so that they have some weather resistance, and people with Jeeps like to take them in water sometimes too. Go ahead and hand that off over there. Okay, so that one's out. Now it's time to get the other one out. Still got some stuff to figure out on the wiring here. Alright. So right now what I'm working on is just trying to get all the wires ran to where they need to go so that we can get this stuff wired in. There's a couple different versions of these light systems out, so be careful. Watch the right video when you get ready to do this, because there's a couple, depending on what age your Jeep is, it can cause the little variation in the instructions. So we're going to get this wires ran to where they need to go, and then I'll work on getting them hooked up and we'll show you what that process looks like there in a minute. Okay, so we got the wiring ran across the Jeep. I kind of ran it along the front here. I'm going to zip tie it up. We're actually got some clips that I'm going to put on here to hold this wire in place so that it doesn't just vibrate and jerk and kind of jiggle around underneath there. So now we're going to go ahead. We got the wiring harness that comes with the lights plugged into the factory harness. Then it's got this adapter to plug in. Kind of fidgety. Kind of just pushed together. And then that's pushed together and plugged in. I forgot to bring any with me, but some electrical tape probably wouldn't be a bad idea on some of these connectors, just to be safe. Yeah, I'll do it later. Alright, so we're going to go ahead. Okay, so went ahead and got some electrical tape and got this taped up so it's going to be waterproof. Of course, it's a Jeep, and if they want to take it through some water, want to make sure it doesn't fry anything. So we're going to go ahead and tuck these wires back in.
I was just trying to help.
Oh, yeah, I just stick this stuff off. Okay. Alright, there. These rings only go on one way. There's two of the ears that are real close together, and they go on the side on the end of the screw ports that are close together. Get the screwdriver. Film that part, didn't you?
Huh?
You did us how to film that part.
Sure did. At least you didn't hit your head.
No, thankfully I didn't hit my head. You have to do.
Yep.
You can get my phone. I charged it on the way to the house and back.
Dang. Nicole went and got the sun. It's like, yeah, it's great.
Working. Should have grabbed my headlamp. I think that's dead now. There's a cheap little, bought that for $5 from Tractor Supply. It's still on. Well, I've used it. I fixed several things with it. Never changed the battery, so. Alright, according to one video I watched, the headlights should work. Okay, so I had to do some more research and run and get some extra supplies. So to wire these in, it goes for the halos, you can wire in your turn signals. If you just want to use the headlights, all you have to do is plug in this adapter into the headlight itself. So once you plug these into the headlights, these are actually ready to work. We've already tested those, know the headlight connections, all that works. Then you got to hook up the power control box, which is this little doodad right here. This little QR code, you need, whenever you hook these up, before you put it away for the final time, whoever's phone is going to operate the headlights and needs to scan that QR code so they can link to it. I still got a little bit of electrical tape to do on this side just to secure everything, make sure it's watertight. We ran the power up through here and into the fuse box using an added circuit connector right here. So that's nice and secure. Got the wire running out through the negative terminal on the fuse box. So that's all nice and secure, should work just fine. And then we had to go down and do right turn signal, and we did the left turn signal over there, which I've already got electrical tape, so can't really see it, but. So now this is pretty much complete. All I've got to do is clean up the wires and give it a test, a final test. So yeah, we got a little dark, so we're doing the best we can. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and get this wiring cleaned up, and I'll show you what that looks like once it's cleaned up, and we will show you the final product.
Did y'all walk down to the house?
Yeah, it's really pretty.
Yeah.
The open house is
Do what?
The open house is from 2005.
Tell your parents. Come check it out. Testing. Oh. Dang.
Are the headlights all the way on? Or just the ring? There we go. Alright, turn on the brakes. Okay. Go ahead and try the turn signals.
I did.
They may not work with the bulbs out.
Where's my steering?
Before I go and put that all the way in, let's test that more.
Yep. Yes.
Yep.
Yes. Yep.
Success.
That's awesome. Awesome. Now I want to play with them. See
I
what they
figured we were gonna have to take a drive.
Well, I just thought if we put the garage down, we could play with it, see what they do on the.
Recording. Okay, so to put these grills back on, there's a center pin right here, it lines up with a guide hole. Once you've got it in that hole, you just tilt it up, give it a little smack. Alright, now we're ready to put the top pins back in and we're good to go. Alright, I think I'm missing one. I think there was one at the end of the driveway for some reason. Okay, so we've got everything put back together. I've tested it and this thing looks really cool when these lights are on. Alright, I'm going to go turn them on and let's show you what they look like. Top it off, and turn the blinkers on, the halos flash, they all work.
So Bluetooth my music and it goes with the music.
How you do the music? Is that what you're doing?
Mm-mm.
Now Big Mac wants a set. That's music. It's like a disco on the front of your Jeep. Okay.
Alright, so I hope y'all liked how these looked. This was a really cool Jeep to work on. I'm really thankful that my friends let me work on it for them and get these headlights installed. On a difficulty level, if you don't have a lot of electrical experience with the cars, I would probably think about taking this somewhere. It's not one of those things that you could just easily pick up and do. The videos online are not always easy to follow because there's like 4 different versions of these headlights. So I hope you all have enjoyed this video. Hope you've learned something from it, and I thank you for watching. Have a good night.